need to pick up a map stone, and I also forgot Misty Woods is a thing. I guess I didn't 100% Misty Woods, so let's go quick do that. Hopefully it's just this missing orb, but I might have missed one other thing in Misty Woods. Oh no, it's just this orb. Okay, we're out of Misty Woods.
Looking at my Wii U games here, just the 3 or 4 that I probably enjoyed the most were Mario Maker, for obvious reasons just explained, Mario Kart 8, because playing it online with you was really fun. Although other than that, I definitely don't think I enjoyed the single-player campaign as much as I had for previous Mario Kart games, but maybe that's just because I've played so much Mario Kart that the single-player campaigns, you know, it's losing its appeal to me. But playing it online with you was really, really great. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze I thought was a really fantastic platformer that was really visually nice, really awesome level design, really awesome music. Hard to find secrets, and like the difficulty was definitely up there. One of the more difficult Nintendo games I've played in a while, so that definitely gets a gold star from me. And then just fourth honorable mention, because it's not even actually technically a new Wii U game, is Wind Waker HD, because Wind Waker is my favorite Zelda game, so it was really cool to play that in HD. But yeah, otherwise I'm looking at my Wii U games, and it's like, you know, New Super Mario Bros. U, Super Mario 3D World. I mean, I guess Smash Bros. Is in there, but even then, I played it a lot when it first came out, like the first week or two, but I haven't really touched it much since, so definitely those other games I mentioned are higher up on my list than Smash Bros. 4. How do you feel about Wii U games? What was really kind of the highlights for you and such?
I'd say Mario Maker definitely is pretty high up there, all things considered, because I know I had a lot of fun playing that game. I had a lot of fun streaming that game. I think that game really towed in well with, you know, sharing content and I guess doing things together, and it used the gamepad really well. And when I think about other Wii U games, none of them really used the gamepad well. I could be wrong, it might have been just my limited experience with Nintendo's library, but I have also based that on the fact that I know I've heard people say, you know, there was a new Star Fox game on the Wii U that kind of controls like crud because they try to shoehorn in the gamepad. And as a result, it feels awkward.
Yes.
By the way, Super Meat Boy cameo right here if you look in the foreground.
Oh yeah, look at that. But yeah, it's funny because of the games that I mentioned, Mario Maker is really the only one that, you know, significantly uses the gamepad. Donkey Kong Country, Zelda, and Mario Kart are all just like, you know, you don't need the gamepad at all. So.
Yeah, I was to say, Mario Kart 8, I had a lot of fun playing that on the Switch, racing against it. It's always a challenge for me to beat one of my pals, Yoshi, in Mario Kart. He's better at Mario Kart than I am. Yeah, I guess it's the fact that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is literally the same game. It's just like I played it for a few hours and I'm like, I think I'm done with Mario Kart. I don't have the motivation to get up to 10,000 VR like I did with Mario Kart 7 and Mario Kart 8 on the Wii. So anyway, we can finally complete this second dungeon now that we actually have Kuro's Feather. I still have not gotten a bounty on doing this without Kuro's Feather. Yeah, while I'm waiting for this cutscene, let's look at my Wii U library here.
Because yeah, it's funny, like just about every single game I own is a first-party Nintendo game, and yet like none of them significantly use the gamepad at all. Like Nintendo Land, which was kind of the tech demo, which was meant to demonstrate, okay, this is the stuff the Wii U gamepad can do, and stay tuned for more innovative ways to use it. None of them really use it, which is kind of funny. It was only just for like posting on Miiverse.
My Wii U library is 9 games.
Let's see, what have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mine is also 9 games.
Oh wow! Okay.
I'll say them all. New Super Mario Bros. U, New Super Luigi U, Mario 3D World, Wind Waker HD, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Mario Kart 8, Smash Bros. For Wii U, Mario Maker, and NES Remix for Wii U.
I'd have to look at my collection, which I'm kind of playing Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition at the moment, but yeah, it goes to show you, yeah, the Wii U, big failure on Nintendo. But yeah, hopefully the Switch does turn that around. It does definitely look promising. I like playing games on my Switch. Granted, I've only played Mario Kart and Breath of the Wild on the Switch, but having Breath of the Wild as a launch title, I think, has significantly helped the Switch a lot. So
I was actually really afraid that, you know, since it came out on the Wii U at the exact same time, it would take away from it. But I'm actually really happy to see the success that it's had, regardless. And I absolutely agree. I think it's insane for Nintendo to ever release a console without a massive blockbuster game to go along with it. You have to have that kind of publicity and that thing for people to latch onto right off the bat. So it was very smart for them to do that. But let's hope they keep it up, because so now we have Mario obviously coming out. We have Yoshi. What else was announced for the Wii U? I feel like I'm missing a lot.
Switch.
Oh,
the
Metroid.
Switch.
Wow. Okay, the Wii U too. No.
Metroid, Mario, Odyssey, Yoshi. There was a Kirby game announced as well. I haven't seen the trailer for it.
So that gives you Mario,
I've seen
Yoshi,
some GIFs
Metroid,
online.
Kirby. So
all of Nintendo's franchises.
All of them. Except Star Tropics.
Except F-Zero. Except Star Tropics and F-Zero. Nobody cares about F-Zero.
Yeah, right? I can't believe they're holding out on F-Zero for so long.
Mm-hmm.
But at least Metroid's finally back. I'm really happy for all Metroid fans.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, I never did this segment. So, holy cow, my 100% collection, we get to see something new. Hooray!
It's just really sad though, like looking through all my Nintendo games, and you really see just how much third-party support has left Nintendo over the years. Where you look back and you know, Super Nintendo is amazing. You have like Mega Man games from Capcom and the Street Fighters and such, and then you have, you know, Final Fantasies and all these great JRPGs. And now these days, they're just all gone. Everything has just left Nintendo, and it's like the only thing to look forward to on a Nintendo console is third-party it's first-party games, which is just so sad. Now, if you want any of that, you have to get a PS4, and the only reason to get a Nintendo console is for the first parties, which is a shame. It's too bad how that changed, but.
Yeah, I want to say part of that was also the fact that the Wii/Wii U was kind of different to develop for. It wasn't necessarily difficult, but it was different. And for a lot of companies, that meant, you know, porting their game to the Wii or Wii U took more expense than, say, porting from PC to Xbox or PS3. Which Nintendo has remediated with the Switch, because it's my understanding the Switch is last I checked, it's x86 architecture with an NVIDIA, so. I'd have to double check the details again. Anyway, it's time for Metal Gear Ori. And because we have stuff like the dash and whatnot, you're normally supposed to swim underwater here to get around Kuru, which if the water is poisonous, yeah, it'd be a thing. But I can kind of dash fast enough to make Kuru not come after me, so. Yeah, I remember when I first got here, I thought like you had to stay undercover, you'd have to wait for Kuro to go away. So like I just sat under the log at the beginning for like 10 minutes, or maybe not necessarily 10 minutes, but for a long time. But yeah, beating the Forlorn Ruins makes a lot of areas in the game have a bunch of wind appear, which, well, A, that's how we're supposed to get to Suro Pass without doing crazy sequence breaks. And B, lets us get some things like that one energy orb back in the Thornfelt Swamp that I rocket jumped to get. So, but yeah, third-party support disappeared with, well, not so much the Wii. The Wii had third-party support. It wasn't necessarily the greatest, but it was definitely there. But I think it was because it was kind of acceptable to make cheap games for the Wii, if that makes sense.
Yeah. That definitely seems to be
games
the
that didn't need a lot of budget, so.
No, it's
Whereas now,
oh,
you first.
I was just about to say, third-party support definitely started drifting away with the Nintendo 64. Not to like a significant degree. Definitely not to the degree it eventually ended up with in the Wii U's case. But I mean, you obviously lost things like Final Fantasy and a lot of Mega Man games and such going over to PlayStation rather than being on the Nintendo 64. Nintendo 64 only had about 300 games, which is kind of funny when you look back at it.
Oh, geez, that library feels bigger than 300
Definitely
games.
does.
But maybe that's because the Nintendo 64 had mischief makers.
But see, the games that the Nintendo 64 did have, like, it only had 300 games, but it had a lot of really good ones that are still really fun to go back and play today. So it definitely makes it seem bigger than, like, some libraries.
Yeah, I'll say a lot of N64 games, even though they look dated, a lot of them still play really well today. So I can attest to that with Mario 64, even though that's, you know, dated, still controls a little wonky, but I could go back and play Mario 64.
Yeah.
I play Mario 64 ROM hacks.
Or, like, I love GoldenEye, but then people who are just so accustomed to first-person shooters today, like, all they do is complain about it. I mean, I can, like, destroy that game. So I think that's really funny. I guess it's just because I grew up with it.
What would be your favorite multiplayer mode? Would it be slappers only?
Slappers only? No.
No?
I mean, proximity mines is pretty funny. It's just people are just walking around and suddenly, boom, you're dead.
Or you put proximity mines at every single spawn so people die multiple times in a row.
That's always really funny to watch. Slappers only? No, it takes forever. I like power weapons. Power weapons is fun. I like grenade launcher. Grenade launcher's cool too. Trying to, like, strategically bounce things off of walls, only to have it come back and bounce at you somehow. It's ridiculous. Man with the golden gun mode is funny because whoever gets the golden gun first is just, like, obviously gonna win.
Alright, so yeah, this should leave Sorrow Pass, which, ooh, by the way, there's a cameo here with this frog specifically. If I have to knock him off with a bash, though. Without knocking the bird off. There we go. Now, just for everyone to know, Higsby doesn't have audio, so he didn't hear that, but it was pretty funny. You want to guess what that was, Higsby?
Like a Yoshi sound?
No.
I don't know.
A frog just fell off the ledge. What kind of scream do you think he would have made? It's a pretty famous scream. Think Star Wars.
I was thinking
kind of scream. And that's Slippy Toad.
Yeah, the exact thing is slipping my mind now.
The Wilhelm scream.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a reference to that if you knock the frog off the ledge, which is great. So, what am I doing? I have a powered up Spirit Flame here, and I believe other than Mount Horu, this is the last mapstone I have to get. So there we go. It feels really nice to be able to just mash sign instead of when you don't have a powered up sign, you have to kind of rhythmically press the attack button to attack as fast as possible. It's not as fast as possible if you mash it, so it's nice to be able to mash it now. Alright, there we go. Might as well get the mapstone in the map, because A, map completion, and B, this will highlight whatever gray area is still out there. But yeah, Sorrow Pass, I shouldn't have missed too much other than just some collectibles that I went past because there was no reason for me to get it. Oh yeah, and the spike area. We'll get there when we get there. But yeah. I'm just gonna say, if the N64's library was 300 games, do you know how big the GameCube's library is? Because it feels like the GameCube's is smaller.
Really? It's actually about double, I believe.
It's actually bigger? Okay, I guess it feels smaller. Maybe it's because the GameCube has the reputation for being the console everyone forgot that has, like, the best games. Because it has 1,000-Year Door.
Yeah.
Shit, I need to bash this guy. That's right. Ah, okay. There we go. There we go. go. I think I maxed out my life. Is it at 12, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11? Oh, there's still one more life somewhere because max life is 12. I actually want to say it's over here in... there's the last life over there. Okay. We've almost maxed out our life, and energy I want to say maxes out at 15 if I recall correctly, or is it also 12? I forgot what max health and energy is because I normally don't go for 100 in Ori. You never really need more than like 7 health in Ori, so, and that's if you are sequence breaking and you're doing the skip the Ginso tree sequence break through the poisoned waters where you need 7 health. I haven't done a 3 health run of this game though. That's something I should do. 3 health hard mode. 3 health hard mode, no more than 1 energy, just minimalist run. Well, that's something I should do.
Which achievements are you still missing?
The only one I'm missing at this point is the achievement for completing the whole game without dying on 1 life mode. I did get the beat the game without dying achievement, but you can legally cheese that by simply reverting a save if you die. So, and I say that's legal because the game doesn't stop you from doing that. It's like, you died, I'll just go back to the last save. I do know when I did that, I only reverted save twice. Oh, this closes the door, now it opens it. What am I doing? What ended up happening is I kind of got busy with life to not be able to record any more parts of the LP or make any attempts on the game's 1 life mode, so I didn't. I haven't made any attempts on the game's 1 life mode. I want to say if you gave me a good weekend where I just played Ori, I could probably do the 1 life mode after a few attempts. It would still be really nerve-wracking and whatnot, and I probably would fail a few times, but I probably could do it. I forgot how to open this. Oh, I think I know how now. I just remembered something. This door opens through that. There we go. There we go. But yeah, that's the only achievement I'm missing. And I could actually cheese that as well, because with the 1 life mode, you have... it's about a second from the moment you die to Alt F4 of the game, because what the game does when you're in 1 life mode, when you die, after about that 1 second, it reverts your save back to the beginning of the game and then prompts up a screen that says you died, start from the beginning. But if you quit out of the game before it does that, you could go back to the last save that you made. So it is technically possible to cheese the 1 life mode, but if I were to do it, I would want to do it for real. But still, that's that 1 second where you go, shit, you really have to be quick on your Alt F4.
That 1 second.
Alt F4. Or just have a hard power button to your computer. Just be like, turn off immediately. So to give you an idea, since I just died there, the time frame you have to like reset the game would be, I'll purposely kill myself here, is the moment the game went black there is about the time frame you have, which is about 1 second. So... yeah, maybe you'd want to bind a button on your keyboard if you're playing with keyboard or on your joypad to immediately power off system. Not even risk the chance of closing the process. You know, your operating system has that delay to close the process. Just be like, computer turned off immediately. And then Windows turns on and goes, we need to defrag your computer.
Yes, but oh, you accidentally hit that, like, yes, I just did something really difficult, and you would hit that button, and then...
Oh man, but no, I have not gotten that achievement. I would want to do it for real, and I think I've gotten busy with enough other things that unless I get it like a weekend where I'm motivated to do it, I probably won't get it. So we'll still see though. Okay, I want to say I just have to go through this spike area that I completely bypassed. Thank you, sequence breaking.
One thing I realized we never talked about, did you see the Mario X Rabbids game?
No, I didn't, because I don't have any interest in it.
No, I was just curious, yeah, what your thoughts are on it, and then that pretty much clears that up.
I don't have any interest in it. Poor Rayman.
Yeah.
I still need to play Rayman Origins, Rayman Legends, and it's like, oh hey, Mario Rabbids crossover. Nobody asked for this.
Nobody asked for it.
Do I actually have